It's time to solve a paradox. I don't believe paradoxes exist. So if you have a paradox, please submit it here and I will try to solve it. Now in this paradox, I would like to address one of the most common logic riddles. There's many versions of this logic riddle, and I believe the most famous is the Bertrand-Russell paradox. And I'll give you a much simpler version, so it's very easy to understand. The simplest version of this paradox is, this statement is false. And that's the entire paradox. Now, in the event that that statement is false, then it becomes true. And in the case of it being true, now it's false. And now that it's false, it becomes true, etc. So let us begin solving this so-called paradox. Now to solve this paradox, there's one key point here, and this key point is establishing a time context. Now when I say this statement is false, is this in regards to the present or to the future? I want you to imagine a flickering light bulb here, and I'm going to ask you the question, is the light bulb on or off? Well, the answer to this question depends entirely on the time context. If the time context takes into account the future, then it is both on and off. And if the time context is only in the present, well, at this exact moment in time, if it is on, then it is on, and if it is off, it is off, and that answer is correct, regardless of what happens in the future. The second key point we need to solving this paradox is to know whether the initial statement, this statement is false, is actually initially true or initially false. It is not specified in the question. To answer the question whether the statement is initially true or false is a lot like answering the question, is a coin toss heads or tails? You can't answer it until it's been defined as heads or tails. Before that, it's undefined. So now using these two key points, we can easily solve this paradox. If the time context of the question, this statement is false, is in the present, well then all that matters is whether the statement was initially true or initially false. If it were initially false, then the statement is false and that is the correct answer. And if the statement were initially true, then it is true and that is the correct answer, and it doesn't matter what happens in the future. If the statement includes a future time context, then the statement is simply both true and false, and this is not a contradiction. In the same way that a flickering light bulb is both on and off, and this is not a contradiction. Do you think that my answer is an adequate solution to the problem? If you do, let me know in the comments, and if you disagree, let me know too. If you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe, blah blah blah. And if you want to talk to me personally, I do reply to every personal message, so you can add me on Facebook, and my Facebook group is Logical Morality. Next week, I'm going to be attempting to solve the grandfather paradox, and if you have a paradox of your own, please submit it to me in the comments, and I will attempt to solve it.